What's it been like preparing this event for this weekend? What have you gone through?
It's been a bit different because in the lead up we've been checking the weather forecast, which is one of our main concerns, and the closer we got to the date, the more it looked like it was going to be really hot. So it was more about containing all the risks and making sure there's enough water and enough ice, and just making sure that all the riders are safe, which is, yeah, as I said, our biggest concern.
Columns, bunting, signs, everything out there, just follow that. It should be very, very straightforward.
It's been phenomenal, being involved in this event. We're really glad this year it's not raining, which is good, but now we've got the heat, so it's certainly an extreme event. But yeah, it's a great venue. You've got the river to jump in, so we're certainly stoked about that.
I did my first 24-hour when I was 13 and a half. It was a Scott, and just did it because basically my uncle said that he wanted to ride a cross-country event, and just that really just got me to it from there. I've just been riding for a few years now and really loving it.
I'm solo, like I said, I used to race motorbikes, and this is a new event for me, and not many friends of mine do push bike riding, so hopefully by the end of this weekend I'll have more friends that do this event, and I could join up with someone and maybe do a team event next time.
Everyone we bring out for a ride for these kind of team events loves just how social it is. It's like a carnival, and they can bring their family down and relax, and so we can go out and ride hard for a lap and then just relax and muck around and have a good time. And you know, you're doing a bit of hard work here and there, but most of the time you're just enjoying the weekend.
Even like when like Jason English passes, you know, he says how you going, and he chats to you for a while, sits in your slipstream for a while, or you sit back at him, and then you know, he's the world champion, yet he's willing to talk to you.
Well, Jason, you're a master of the art of Solo 24. You're the defending champion here, and it's a hot day. New bike, new outfit. What's the plan today?
I think it's fairly warm, so I think trying to get in the river as much as possible. I don't know how I can do that while I'm riding though, so I'll probably try and work that out after a few laps. I think we might have to have a gentleman's agreement where we maybe stop every couple of hours and hit the water. We'll see how that works out.
Pass it over to you in a second.
This is your arena. This is your race. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
I don't care about that. You got a new fool, I'd like to like that. See, I only want a burning desire. Let me stand next to your fire. 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 Let me stand, baby. Shit. You say your mom ain't home, it ain't my turn, but just go play with me and you won't get burned. I have only one burning desire. Please let me stand next to your fire. 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 I'll move over, and that big Willie take over. You know what I'm talking about, yeah?
key issue that we look at on the bikes is actually the drivetrain, and it does depend on the race that the guys are doing. The shorter the distance, obviously the least of concern, and that's where lubricant does come in, lubricant choice. If the guys are going to be doing a 24-hour race and they're not going to have as much support and it's a longer lap distance, then we have to choose a lubricant on the chain that's actually going to last and keep the dirt away. His next race we're preparing for is actually the 24-hour, so I'm going to make sure that he actually leaves here with a nice wax-based lubricant, so it's actually going to keep the chain protected and keep the actual dirt off the element. With 24-hour races and endurance races, brake choice and pad compound does come into play. You know, if you're lucky and the day runs well and there's no bad weather, then whatever brake pads you're running will get you through. However, metal compounds or semi-metallic compounds will always last longer and tend not to heat up or cope with the heat better. So if you are doing a lot of braking, a metal pad choice will always help you out in a longer race.
We came down here to watch my husband mountain bike. We're from Tasmania, so we've been all over the place, watching him race, and we do it as a family so we can have a bit of a getaway on the weekends and quality time, and Luke likes to have a bit of a go at the kids' challenges, and we enjoy watching, don't we, Pat? Yeah.
I think you need to get some quality sleep during the night, so what we're going to do is do triple or quadruples each, so have a 2-hour gap or 2-hour bank for each rider, and that will allow us to get about 5 or 6 hours sleep each overnight.
Whereas the first lap I felt really good today, and then Matt was telling me to hold off on the second lap because it was really hot then. I went out anyway, and then I just was getting a bit delirious and headachy and stuff, and came back and I've needed a sleep, and you know, it's really smashed me. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I've done my shift during the day, and that's probably enough for me now. I'm just in charge of putting up the tent and making sure I don't get bitten by mosquitoes all night. I'll leave the night laps to the boys, I think.
I've never done one of these before in my life, actually. This is the first one that we've done. We've got, there's 4 of us out there, and we've all had a break for about 4 hours after dinner, and I've just gone back out again to rip into it, and it's been awesome, actually. I find that with the lights you can focus purely on what you're doing, and you don't get distracted by what's going on around you, so you just hammer into it and away you go.
It is now just after 1 o'clock in the morning, so actually a fairly quiet time. The reason being is that a lot of the lesser experienced or sort of more the guys who are here for the fun of it, they actually go to sleep. So the people out there now at this time of night are usually only the ones who do this quite a lot, who are very advanced mountain bikers. So that takes it sort of a bit, not the stress levels, but it makes it a bit easier for us, because those are, you know, generally not the people who hurt themselves.
R-Y-R-I-E.
Yes, I do.
C.
A-B-L-E, yeah.
So we reckon we can light it?
But they had no way of estimating how long it's going to take.
So I just ran a little bit wide coming down that rocky bit, and I thought I'd got it, but trapped my ankle between the pedal and a little stick. I thought it was alright. I was going to carry on going until I looked down and couldn't get my cleat back into the pedal. That's because it was kind of sideways on the pedal.
Alright folks, when you're talking lights, basically what you want to make sure you've got in hand is a light with a good body that's going to dissipate heat so the light doesn't burn out on you, a nice light battery pack, good Velcro strap so you can basically put it on your back, put it on your bike, wherever you want to put it. Very important though, clear lenses, very clear lens and a very luminous dish so you can actually get the spread out onto the ground. The LEDs of today will burn up to 900 to 1200 lumens. It's a light term. That said, it's hard to convert that into watts, but with a good beam and a good dish, you've got a good spread. There's a lot of lights out there that'll claim things, and you'll get it out there in the middle of the night, and you won't have the spread you need. You have more of a spot. So it's very important when you're picking a light, just have a good look at that dish on the inside, and think to yourself, okay, am I going to want to spot when I'm riding? Am I going to want to spread when I'm riding? And actually, when you're looking at your lights, make sure you always turn them on. You know, before you have any major purchase or whatever, make sure you turn your lights on. Get whoever you're talking to actually get a good show of you with your spot on the ground or your spot on the wall, and that way you can choose a better light for yourself. Your bar light's more typically for your ground area. You can see your depth. You've got the rocks coming out in front of you. Your helmet light that you run is typically for the guys that really want to start getting quick, get serious about their game, looking through the turns in the middle of the night, and you've got all that luminosity just around you. And it's just it's a real good thing to have the two lights, the single light on the bar, the helmet lamp. You can't go wrong.
What are we doing? He's got a dirty chain line, and it's collected up a lot of extra dirt and dust. So we're just trying to keep it clean so that basically can keep the same chain running.
G'day, I'm Jenny, Jason English's wife and support crew. He's just come through and finished his 39th lap, I think, and he's feeling good now that the sun's come up. He was a little bit sick in the tummy through the night and probably from the heat was going a bit hard earlier on, but he seemed to be coming good now.
Makes you really realise and appreciate what the solo riders are going through. Because you know that you wear wussing out after a couple of laps in the sun, and they're still cranking at like full pace, and they're going past like they've got
I just passed the guy on the unicycle.
Oh yeah.
He's doing 24 kilometres an hour. I'm going to struggle to get past him.
Yeah.
See you guys in about 17 minutes.
All right.
race, I suppose it's sort of a little bit hard to understand how to prepare because everyone's individual and you've just got to, and especially we're probably preparing in the worst part of racing because it's so hot. So now we'll get a grip on what we should really do to prepare.
So what do I have down? 525. Your little one go missing. Suddenly I see this young kid coming in, bunny hopping, bouncing around. Only like 30 seconds behind Jason English. They both were in 29 minutes and 30 something seconds. And I asked him, look, what happened? He's like, oh, I'm so happy. I rode half a lap with Jason English, the world champion, and I can't believe it. And he was, beside himself. And I just thought to myself, that's the reason why we organize these events and why I'm sitting here at 2 o'clock in the morning to give such kids the opportunity to race with a world champion. So Jace normally doesn't like to stop during a 24-hour. He'll change bikes really quickly and he might just keep rolling through and grab some food in a cup for dinner. But he had a bit of a buffer this race come tea time, so we thought he'd actually didn't sit down, he just got off the bike and woofed down to Noki and kept riding.
Past events where I've really thought about it and planned for it a couple of months ahead and stuff, it makes a huge difference. I'm surprised how much you can push your body when you've set up for it, but you do need time to organise all that stuff. And as we both ride to work, like commute to work and stuff a fair bit as well, and that's
the training.
That's the training because it means that I'm not spending extra time that I don't have to ride. I'm just on a push bike instead of sitting in traffic.
There is no time for experimenting in 24-hour racing. For me, firstly, I'm going on a hard food and also on isotonic drink. The best what works for me is VeroFit, which basically helps me stay without the cramps, and also is one of my favorite flavors, which is iced tea. Food-wise, basically I try to stay on high GI food, such as pasta, couscous, chicken and vegetables. Also fruit is very important for me during the race. In later stages when my body gets tired and I'm having difficulties to eat a hard food, I usually switch to gels, which after a short while start upsetting my stomach. So I usually turn to drinking a lot of beer, because beer is essentially isotonic beverage which has same osmotic pressure as your blood, so it goes basically all the nutrition goes quite quickly into your bloodstream, and also it has all those important minor minerals such as ion potassium, magnesium, and other important things.
That's all right. We had a broken bridge and we had a couple overheaters, but it's all coming good.
And what's it like going in the last couple of hours of the race?
Yeah, it's nice, it's quite a bit cooler than yesterday, but it's all good.
Awesome.
All is well in the world of 24.
I took a few falls at night in the rock garden and all over the track, as a matter of fact, and so the guys from the bike shed Mortdale are straightening derailleur hangers, doing whatever they need to do, and hopefully I can crack a 28 in my next lap.
Yeah, the bike shed Mortdale's been a part of, you know, JetBlack, supporting JetBlack and Rocky Trail since the beginning, which is nice. We always tried, you know, to give back a little bit, you know, come out to the races, give back. We started doing the state rounds for downhill, did a couple of national rounds and stuff like that. But yeah, we just like to get out and help people when they go racing.
And the JetBlack 24-hour Sydney champion, Jason English! It's Emma and Rachel today, so did I get it right? Yeah, Emma and Rachel, I think I got it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Looked at the weather forecast coming down to this race, and Jen's trying to talk me out of coming to the race just because of the temperature. We did a race in Arimba last year and I was sitting around 42, 43, and we know how bad that can be for riders. So when it was forecast at 41 in the local area, that was something we had to really think about and weren't really looking forward to. At least we knew the race was going to go on the whole 24 hours, and it did. The weather didn't disappoint. I think people were saying their gums were hitting well over 50 degrees on the fire road, so tough day out.
The 24-hour solo champion 2011.
I wanted to thank my wife for looking after me and just making me drink like crazy. I think we were up to almost 3 or 4 bidons an hour at one stage to try and cope with that heat. So very tough racing there. Marty's done a great job once again. It's always good to come down and support his events and support JetBlack and the events that they put on. I think it's good to have the sponsors behind us to make events like this possible.
He taught me how to go beyond my inadequacies. So boy, I remember him clearly saying to me, in your heart I find my pleasure. In your heart lies my treasure. treasure.